Hello students, today we are doing some on pro rata. Now pro rata I have explained you in the previous video, like what we do when we go for pro rata. We go for pro rata whenever there is the oversubscription. Oversubscription means company have received application more than what is offered. Example, suppose company have offered 1 lakh number of equity shares, but company have received more than this 1,25,000 applications. Now this is more applications received. This is called oversubscribed. Whenever such a situation arises, we go for pro rata. Like there are two options. Either company can reject the excess number of shares, or company can go for pro rata allotment. They can reject the excess number of share. That option we have done in the previous video. In this video I am going to explain you how we do pro rata. Now for doing pro rata you need to do working note. You have to make one table which I am going to explain in this sum. Now the sum which I have selected to explain you pro rata, it's a little lengthy sum, not possible for me to write on the board. So what I am going to do, students, I am going to post a link of the question in the description box below the video. So from that description box you can tap on the link and you can download the question. You can take a printout and you can see the question. At the same time you watch this video so that you understand what is given in the question, how we are solving it. Okay, so let's start with the sum, students. Now the question says A Limited issued 20,000 equity shares. So this is what the company have offered. Total number of share is 20,000 and at a premium of rupee 1 per share. So we are issuing share at a premium of 1 rupee and the face value of the share given in the question is 10 rupees. So how much, students, we are going to collect from the public? Total 11 rupees. 10 plus 1, that is 11 rupees on the issue. And how we are going to collect this money? In installments. Your first installment is at the time of application 3 rupees, 5 rupees at the time of allotment, including premium. So 5 rupees is including 1 rupee premium. So how much you are collecting for the share? You are collecting 4 rupees for share and 1 rupee for premium. So total you are collecting 5 rupees at the time of allotment and 3 rupees on the final call. So there are only 3 installments: application money, allotment money, and first and final call money. The issue was oversubscribed to the extent of 15,000 shares. So how many extra applications we have received? 15,000. To the extent of 15,000 shares we have received extra. So a company have offered 20,000 number of equity shares. We have received 15,000 extra application. So how many total applications we have collected, company have collected? You have to add it. 20,000 plus 15,000 extra application, that makes up 35,000. So 35,000 total applications were received and we have offered only 20,000. So this is a case of oversubscription. How many extra shares application we have received? 15,000. Now how to deal with this 15,000 extra shares? Extra applications. Applicant, this is what is given in the question. Applicant of 5,000 shares were given full allotment. So we have done one category. The first category says those who have applied for 5,000 shares, we allotted them entire 5,000 shares to them. So it is full allotment. We call it as full allotment. If you have applied for 5,000, if you are getting entire 5,000, this is case of full allotment. Other applicants of shares were allotted on a pro rata basis. This is second category. So in first category, 5,000 applicants were given 5,000 shares. This is full allotment category. Second category is pro rata category. Now they haven't given us a detail of pro rata. So this is what this table is going to help you to find out how much ratio they have decided and all. So this table is very important, which we are going to make for this sum. So see the table when I am going to explain this working note. Let's see the next thing what they have given in the question. The excess application money received were to be adjusted on the allotment only. So whatever excess money we are going to adjust in the pro rata, we are going to adjust in the allotment. Now what I am saying here is for pro rata allotment, Uh, Let me give you one short example. Suppose there is one applicant who have applied for 5,000 shares, correct, and 4,000 is allotted to him. This is pro rata case. He has applied for 5,000, company have allotted to him 4,000, so 1,000 shares were adjusted. Now how to adjust this, I'll tell you. Here 1,000 shares he didn't receive, but he paid for that 1,000. So let's assume application money is 2 rupees and he applied for 5,000. So how much of amount of check he has given at the time of application to the company? 5,000 into 2, that is 10,000. So 10,000 money is received by the company, but company have allotted only 4,000 shares. Now that shareholder is going to ask a question that I paid according to 5,000 shares, 5,000 into 2, that makes up 10,000 application money which I have given, but you have allotted to me only 4,000. So 4,000 into 2 is 8,000. So what about the 2,000 extra money? You haven't given me 1,000 shares, you have given me 1,000 less number of shares. So the application money, what about that money? I should get a refund of that money. So company had a two option with them. What company can do? Either they can refund that money, the application money which is extra 1,000 shares. 1,000 into 2 is 2,000 rupees. So 2,000 company can refund him, or anyways company is going to ask for allotment money, that is next installment. So what is the easy way out, students, here? Instead of refunding the money, why not to adjust this money against the next installment, that is allotment money. So this is what you will see in most of the sum, student, that company won't refund the application money, excess application money. Then what company is going to do with that excess application money? Will adjust that money against the next upcoming installment, that is allotment money. So that shareholder was complaining to the company that I applied for 5,000 shares into 2 rupees application. I gave you a check of 10,000, but you have allotted only 4,000 shares. So 4,000 into 2 is supposed to be 8,000. I paid you 2,000 excess. So company agreed to it. Company is not fighting. Company is saying I am agreeing with you. 2,000 is your excess application money which is with us only. And if you want, we can refund, but you are also supposed to pay me the allotment money. So why to give and then to ask again? So what company is suggesting here to the shareholder? That we are going to adjust that excess application money against the next installment, that is allotment money. So what we are going to do, students, in this sum, we are going to find out the excess application money, and that excess application money we are going to adjust against the allotment money. This is what also written in the question very clearly. So I am going to explain this in detail when we are doing the working note for it. So excess application money received was to be adjusted on the allotment. This is what the clearly mentioned in the sum. Even if it is not mentioned, student, you have to assume whenever there is a pro rata, we are going to adjust excess application money against the allotment, even if it is not mentioned in the sum. Now, what is given next? All money was received with the exception of a final call money on 400 shares. This is calls in arrear given, and this call in arrear happened at the time of final call. Fine. Past journal entries. Okay, let's start with the working note first. So tell students, in this table you are going to make 4 columns: applied, allotted, rejected and adjusted. Okay, now how to start with this table? You will make this very small table, only of say I need 5 to 6 lines, and after 6 line you are supposed to write a total. Okay, so in the first column, as you see, this is my first column, second column, third column and fourth column. There are 4 columns in my table. I have labeled it as applied, allotted, rejected, adjusted. These are 4 column headings. Now you will write total application, that is total applied. So how many shares are total applied by the shareholders? 35,000. So 35,000 is the total application which we have received, which is applied by the shareholder, by the applicant. So 35,000 is the total application that we have received. So you will start with this table writing first the totals. You are going to write total only for the first two column. Now allotted. Now there is a one simple rule, students, here. How many shares company can allot? Maximum equal to the offer. Company can't give even one extra share over and above the offer. So in this question, company have offered 20,000 shares. So this is the maximum allotment which company can give as per Companies Act 2013. So remember, students, your maximum allotment is always equal to the offer. So what is the offer? 20,000 shares. So this is your total allotted shares, because company can't allot more than 20,000 shares. So this is always equal to the offer. Remember this rule. If you want, you can take down a note in your notebook about this. Okay, let's continue. So total application received is 35,000 shares. Total offer made by the company is 20,000, which is maximum shares that can be allotted. Now you have to read the statement, what and how they are going to deal with this oversubscription. This company question says company have decided that applicant of 5,000 shares were given full allotment. So this I am writing it as my first category. So in first category, those who have applied for 5,000 shares, we allotted them full 5,000 shares. So applied 5,000, allotted 5,000. So how many shares we rejected? 0. No shares were rejected. Those whatever applied was given. Anything to adjust? Nothing to adjust. So you will put zeros in remaining columns. Now second category, what it says? The question says other applicant of shares were allotted shares on the pro rata basis. So other applicant were given on a pro rata basis. They haven't given any number in the question, students. Now how you will come to know how many applications were in pro rata? You have to write the balancing figure. How to get this missing figure? From the total you minus this 5,000. So 35,000 minus 5,000 will give you remaining applications. So remaining applications are 30,000. That makes up the total of 35. So out of total application received, 5,000 were allotted full. Remaining application were given a pro rata. So this is how I found with the help of the total. This is how table will help you a lot to solve the sum, even if they have given you any pro rata ka details. This is a very important table. Now, total allotment which company can do is 20,000. Out of total allotment, 5,000 is already allotted. So how many remaining allotment company can do? Again, from this total you minus 5,000. So company can allot 15,000 shares. That makes up 20,000 ka allotment. So this is how I found this figure. They haven't given us this figure in the question. And this is pro rata. This is called pro rata. Why? Because those who have applied for 30,000, we gave them 15,000 shares. So we got the pro rata ratio. Now how to get ratio, students, out of this? You have to simplify this. So I am simplifying over here. 30,000 shares is to 15,000 shares. 330 cancel. 15 ones are, 15 twos are. So what is pro rata ratio, students? Pro rata ratio is 2:1. What it shows? Those who have applied for 2 shares will be given 1 share. So those who have applied for 30,000 shares, according to the ratio, we have given them 15,000 shares. We have allotted 15,000 shares to them. So this is called pro rata. And how we have calculated the ratio? By cancelling this, simplifying. First you cancel the zeros, then take a table and cut it, simplify it. So your pro rata ratio is 2:1. This ratio we found by simplifying these two amount. Am I clear with this? Now also student, see this way now, that those who have applied for 30 were allotted 15,000. So how much we have, this is called partial allotment. Out of 30,000, partially 15,000 was allotted. Remaining 15,000 was not allotted. This is called partial allotment. Whenever it is a partial allotment, don't write anything in rejected. When to write in rejected? When we are not giving them any shares. Take one example. Suppose one of the shareholder have applied for 1,000 shares. We haven't given any allotment to him. That is completely rejected. If it is completely rejected, then only you will write in column number 3. In case of partial allotment, never write anything in rejected column. You have to adjust the remaining shares. So in this case, students, if you see a table, what are the remaining shares? 15,000. This you will have to adjust. So you will write in adjusted column. So am I clear how to make this table? So 15,000 shares were allotted to him, and remaining 15,000 shares, now you will adjust. Where you will adjust this 15,000 shares ka excess application money, this money you are going to adjust against the allotment. So this is how we are done with the table. So what is the total now for the remaining two? 0 rejected, 15,000. Now one more important part of making this table, your first column should always be equal to addition of rest of the columns. So your first column is always equal to addition of the rest of the column. So you can cross check whether you have done your table correctly or not. If it is not satisfying, if this equation is not satisfying, means you have done some mistake while making a table. So at the end of the table, you can cross check your understanding whether you have understood the question correctly or wrongly. So 35,000 must be equal to the addition of this. So it is telling your left hand side is equal to right hand side, means we have understood very clearly, and also this table help you to find out the pro rata ratio. Am I clear with the working note 1, that is table? Now let's start with the journal entries. Now students, your first entry you will get it from your column number 1. This is your entry number 1, that is bank entry for application. So even this table will help you to pass your first two entries. Your second entry you will pass for these columns, and your second entry will be transfer entry. So your first two entries, bank entry and transfer entry for the application money, you are going to pass by looking at this table. So let's pass first bank entry. So what is your bank entry, students, for application money? Bank account debit to equity share application account. Now let's write down the calculation in bracket. So what is there in the first column? 35,000 shares. So 35,000 shares into application money. Let's check in the question, what is application money given? 3 rupees. So into 3. This will give you amount of application money received. So 35,000 into 3, 1,05,000. So this is the amount which we have received along with the application form. So this is your entry number 1. Now your entry number 2 is transfer entry. What you do, students, in transfer entry? You know the basic entries now. You want to cancel this temporary account. To cancel this, I will debit equity share application account with the same amount, 1,05,000. I have to write same amount. then only this account gets cancelled completely. So application account is credited, and now in entry number 2 I am debiting it to cancel it. To what? You have to write as per the table. So you have written 20,000 in the allotted column. Allotted column will go in capital account. So to equity share capital account, and adjusted amount, where you are going to adjust that amount 15,000, you are going to adjust this against the next installment. Which is your next installment, students? Allotment. So you will write to equity share allotment account. Let's write down the calculation, student. For capital, how many, what amount you have written here? Number of shares 20,000. So 20,000 into application money, that is 3. How many shares you have written in adjusted column? 15,000. This 15,000 shares you are going to adjust against the allotment. So put this adjusted figure in the allotment account, and allotted figure you will put it in capital account. Am I clear with this? Into 3. Now what will be the amount, students, here? 23s are 60,000 and 15 3s are 45,000. So this is your first 2 entries of application, bank entry and transfer entry. Now your third entry is for allotment ka transfer entry. Be careful with the allotment ka transfer entry. Why? Because they have given us premium of ₹1. So you will have to tell me transfer entry of allotment along with the premium. So what will be your transfer entry, students? Equity share allotment account debit to equity share capital account to securities premium reserve account. So this is your entry for allotment ka installment. How many shares we have allotted in all total? We allotted 20,000 shares. Now entire sum you have to solve as per the allotted shares, 20,000. How much we are asking at the time of allotment? Let's check. 5 rupees including premium. So 5 rupees you are asking at the time of allotment, including premium. So let's write down premium first. 20,000 into premium is 1 rupee. So remaining amount will go in capital account. So in capital you will put 4 rupees. In premium account you will put 1 rupee. Total you are taking 5 rupees at the time of allotment. Let's write down the amount. 2 5s are 10. So that is 1 lakh. 2 4s are 8. 80,000 and 20,000. So this is your allotment ka transfer entry. Now students, pay attention. It's a very important entry. Bank entry. Now be careful with the bank entry. Entry is easy. Calculation, be careful with the amount I am going to write. Okay. Now bank entry is bank account debit to equity share allotment account. Now as you know, we want to cancel this allotment account. It's a temporary account. I want to cancel this. Clear? So I have debited allotment account with 1 lakh rupees. So how much should I credit here with? 1 lakh. But I am not going to write 1 lakh. So pay attention what amount I am going to write. Now why I am saying no? Why not 1 lakh? Because if you pay attention, I have already written equity share allotment in entry number 2. So this is what you have to pay attention here. So what was this entry for? For the adjusted number of shares. In table you have written adjusted 15,000 shares. So 15,000 shares with the application money you have to adjust against allotment. So this is what the allotment money is. You won't receive entire 1 lakh rupees because at the time of application this is the excess money which company is having. You need to adjust this. So I am going to write in bracket how much you asked at the time of allotment. You asked for 1 lakh rupees. But you won't get 1 lakh. Why? Because there is a excess money which we have to adjust. So minus 45,000. So how much you are going to receive then? 55,000 at the time of allotment. Am I clear with this? So you asked for 1 lakh rupees, but you won't receive 1 lakh. Why? Because you have to adjust this excess application money. This is excess money which you are going to adjust. You have written, see, in the fourth column, you have written there adjusted. If you want, you can write full adjusted against allotment. You can write full. If you are getting confused, you write full adjusted against allotment. So how much to adjust? 15,000. So you have already written here 15,000 into 3, 45,000. This amount you have to adjust against the allotment of 1 lakh. So how much you are going to receive after adjustment? 55,000. This is the understanding. If you have not understood, now the trick. You have debited allotment with 1 lakh, correct? Out of this debit, you have already credited 45,000. So how much to credit more to cancel it? I want to cancel this allotment account. So if it is debited by 1 lakh, it has to be credited by 1 lakh to get it cancelled. So out of 1 lakh, 45 is already credited. So I am going to credit more by 55,000. So this is another way of understanding it. I hope you have understood both the ways, both the tricks I have given to you. Now, after this allotment ka entry, you are supposed to pass transfer entry for the final call, which is very easy. Tell me, equity share final call account debit to equity share capital account. How many shares we have allotted, students? 20,000 shares. Now let's see how much we are asking. We are asking for 3 rupees. For 3 rupees. So how much we are supposed to receive at the time of final call? At the time of final call, we are expecting to receive 60,000 on final call. Now be careful with the bank entry. Why? Because at the time of final call, in question they have given us arrear. All money received with the exception of call money on 400 shares. So on 400 shares, we have not received call money, final call money. So what will be your bank entry, students? Bank account debit, then calls in arrears account debit to, I want to cancel this temporary account, equity share final call account. So I am cancelling this temporary account. Here I have debited, now I am crediting it with the same amount so that it gets cancelled completely. Now, how much of arrears question have said? 400 shares. We have not received final call of 3 rupees on 400 shares. So into 3, 400 into 3 is how much, students? 1200. And rest of the shareholder have paid me the money. So how many rest shareholders? 58,800. So this is what we have received from the remaining shareholder. Only one shareholder holding 400 shares didn't pay final call of 3 rupees. That makes up 1200 in arrear. Rest all money we have received. Balancing amount, you take it for bank, put it in bank account. So this is how you will solve pro rata ka sum. Now students, one more important thing I want to tell you here. Take a note of this. Pro rata, you have adjusted this amount against the allotment, right? That this is what pro rata says. You have to adjust this excess application money against the allotment. Now when you are adjusting it against the allotment, students, one important point I want you to take a note of it. If there is arrear at the time of allotment, now in this sum also there was arrear, but arrear was in final call, not in allotment. But if there is arrear in allotment, students, you will have to do one more extra working note. That extra working note, I call it as personal working. So take a note of this. I'm saying it right now. Just take it down in your book anywhere. Whenever there is a pro rata sum and arrear is given at the time of allotment, then do personal working note. Then do personal working note. I hope you have taken this note. Now, I am going to take in my next video a sum where it is a pro rata given and also there is a arrear at the time of allotment. So you will have to do one more extra working note called personal working note. So this I am going to teach you in the next video. Till then, take care. Thank you, students.